Hello, my fiery friends. The Infernoman once again here. How are we all doing today? Hopefully, again, you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. And again, we're going to be here playing one more time, another fun day of Midweek Magic events. We're going to be talking a little bit about Bloomburrow that's just starting to debut and spoil it starting today. And of course, we're going to be doing the main event, our latest and greatest budget deck tech for you all to enjoy on Arena. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's jump right into it. And let's see. Okay, so there we go. Cocos, welcome. Hopefully, again, you're having a great day. Thanks again for joining us. And yeah, you just actually got here right on schedule. We're about to, again, talk about right now a little bit again. We're going to do, of course, the Midweek Magic event since we actually didn't do last week's. But then again, I really wasn't not a fan of the actual event itself. I'm not really big on the, what was that? What was last week? It was Momir? Yeah, not a fan of Momir. But again, new week, new event. So we're definitely going to be jumping into this. Hopefully, this event shouldn't take too long for us. And again, we'll hopefully just be able to then get right through it to our main event. And of course, we'll try to squeeze in just a little bit of time to talk about Bloomburrow. I haven't had a chance to see any of the cards yet, maybe only a couple. And of course, some of the new products that kind of made me roll my eyes a little bit. But again, we'll talk about that in a little bit. In any case, without that, let's go ahead. We're going to show you, of course, what exactly are we playing today. And then we'll give you a nice little rundown. For those of you who are unaware of how we roll, whether you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay, the way we usually do this is whenever we play these, we'll try to do sometimes either the special event, Midweek Magic, we'll otherwise go over the main event. We'll, of course, squeeze in a little bit of info on the deck itself so that way you know what the heck we're doing. But, of course, the most important part is just, again, what we're just going to have fun with today. We're also going to be talking about what we're going to be seeing in the future. So, now that I have all that out of the way, let's go ahead, let's find our actual deck. Where did I put that deck at? It should be somewhere here. Okay, one second. Didn't they just put it over here right now? Okay, hold on. So, as far as our actual deck that we're looking at doing right now, it's going to be this one right here. So, this is what we're playing for the event right now. Let's see, did I put it on the right? It should be for the Midweek Magic. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay, wait. The Roiling Vortex is not allowed for this event. Okay, well, that's awkward. That's totally fine, though. We can also toss that out and put in something else instead. So, I guess they probably banned that just to make sure that no one was going to super punish anybody that was going to get completely destroyed by this card. But okay, so we'll make a small tweak for that. And basically, as you can see right here, this is going to be, of course, our actual deck for the event itself. I'll just need to make a quick little adjustment here. So, let's see, put this in real quick. Any targets? So, looks like I just have to make one minor adjustment here just to make sure this deck actually does function as I anticipate it should. Let's see. So, with that, I think we'll probably just throw in something that's just going to be really easy for us to just get our thing going. What do we do? What exactly should we throw in real quick? I kind of want to throw in Smoldering Egg just for the hilarity of it, but I think might be the smarter investment would be something more that's actually aggressive. So, let's see. I guess we could also toss in some shocks too. But anyway, yeah, I'm mumbling to myself right now. And mostly, again, we're just trying to see if we could just do this event real quick. If you haven't seen this event, is going to be the Midweek Magic event where we're mostly just going to be playing I guess it's the Chimil card. Sorry, I'll read over the card in just a second. So, and then we'll get right into it. So, what am I looking for here? I have no idea what I'm actually looking at here. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. So, Monastery Swifter is probably what I'm going to want. So, with that, where's she at? Where is she at? There he is. I guess I'll just throw in those for now. That'll do for now. So, anyways, the idea, of course, with this event is we're looking at playing. So they're going to have an emblem for this event here. As you can see right here, Chimil, the Inner Sun emblem. Basically, at the beginning of our end step, we just get to discover 5. So, for those of you that don't know, discovering just basically means you can exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with whatever the mana value number is indicated. So in this case, it's going to be 5 or less. And then we can cast that card without paying its mana cost and basically, or put it into our hand. Ideally, again, we're just going to try to chain off as many burn spells as possible with our super budget deck right now. We just mostly just want to play this, which is going to be what I call Punisher Burn. It's just, again, we're just trying to punish our opponent for trying to play a lot of high power stuff. We just want to try to go underneath them and just burn out our opponent with a bunch of stuff here. That's basically the whole game plan. Is just, again, if you haven't seen, I, of course, love burn decks. So I figured, why not we just throw one together here? That's, again, mostly fair and can still do some damage here. So real quick, we're just going to go over this and then we'll jump right into it and we'll just have our matches. So So, one drop slot, I just threw it in there right now. Monastery Swiftspear, great for the early part of the game, only just because we're going to have a lot of spells we're going to be casting just to pump her up and just do some extra damage. We have a ton of burn spells that we'll go over in just a moment here, but our only other creatures in the deck, we have Mog Mob here, really cute little card here. Punish our opponents for playing against us. Yes, they will. So, Mog Mob here. Actually, this is a cool little card. I actually do want to throw this into a future Goblin deck, but we'll talk about that in the future, maybe in another deck tech. But in any case, basically, the mob here, you sacrifice it, deals 3 damage, divided as you want among any one of 1, 2, or 3 targets. So, really sweet little card here. For free, this is actually pretty hilarious if we can just get this card off. Otherwise, other cards that normally we don't actually have any business playing, but are actually great in this ability. We have Bone Crusher Giant here. Again, kind of punches our opponent here. We'll do some stomp damage, and also we can then put it onto the battlefield. Really solid little card here. Most of the other cards here you usually would never play in a burn deck, but we can definitely take advantage of them in this format, mostly just because we're hopefully with the Discover ability can allow us to cast them for free. So we have Ghostfire Slice here. This is also a really sweet little card here. It technically can cost 2 less to cast if our opponent controls a multicolor card, but if we do get it on the Discover ability, that won't matter against us. So that's also pretty sweet. Other cards that also we normally don't play, cards like Invasion of Ringotha here, which can do definitely some solid damage, and if we can play it for free, also is going to be really great for us. Also, since to kind of, again, round out our little plan here, we'll also throw some Chandras here. Can help us, again, do a little bit of pseudo-ramping with its +1 abilities, exile some cards to do some more damage. You kind of get the idea. Really great card, really awesome to have. Finally, to round out the whole package is going to be all the burn spells we can take advantage of in this format. So we have Play with Fires here. We have Incendiary Flows here. We have Lightning Strikes, Royal Eruption. Most of these, again, are usually too slow, but with, the ability that we have for this event, these actually shouldn't matter too much for us. Yes, I know we're also playing Static Discharge, and again, I'm not a fan of alchemy cards, but for this event, I figured why not? It's actually mostly, as far as I know, it's fair. And as I just mentioned all the other ones here, we're going to also have, just to kind of hopefully push out a little extra damage if we need to, since we're playing a lot of spell slinging here, Barbarian Ring here, do some extra damage, some Ramanop Ruins, and some mountains. It is a little low on the land base, but remember, this event mostly is trying to take advantage of cards for free. That's why, again, we're running what we have. Obviously, no sideboard, because this is all best of 1. So, whoo, now that I have that out of the way, let's go ahead, we're going to pick the deck right now. Let's go and have some fun with it. And don't worry, we will definitely talk about our upcoming deck that we're going to be playing in a little bit. So, with that, how y'all doing today, everybody? Everyone that is watching right now, again, whether you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay, hopefully, again, you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. But again, while we're getting this going, if anybody has already seen some of the stuff from Bloomburrow, let me know, again, what have you seen so far that gets you excited for the upcoming set? Wow, I realize now we're only about a month out until Bloomburrow. Good Lord, that actually feels like we're falling behind a little bit here. There's a bunch of decks that I definitely want to still do, but I also don't want to fall too far behind on building some of the cool stuff that some of the other sets have had that I've wanted to get to, but man, it's been hard to keep up with all the stuff that Wizards is putting out there. But in any case, we'll talk more about that in a bit. So, what do we got right now? We got a Monastery Swiftspear, which is great, so we can definitely do some early damage. Royal Eruption, Static Discharge, so, okay. I think we can get there with what we got here. Again, we just want to be as aggressive as possible. Oh, good Lord. Our opponent here, I don't know what kind of gimmick they're trying to pull here. They have 187 cards in their deck. So we're, of course, trying to play it the honest and fair way. But let's see if our opponent's going to try to cheat stuff out there. I guess we'll find out in a bit. Monastery Swiftspear going. Down to 19. All right. Here come the burn spells. down to 16 opponents. Okay, so again, y'all know how I play. We're going to try to be as aggro as possible and just do our thing ASAP. Oh dear. Her opponent actually got a leyline of sight. Okay. I don't know if we can actually get through this right now. Literally, our opponent has played the one card that actually stops our whole game plan. I cannot believe that just happened. Really? Really? Okay, okay. I'm not going to be mad. I don't know now if we can get through this. This is really awkward. Very awkward. But we're going to try. Give it a couple turns. Maybe we might be able to get there. Okay. Pump up. But we can't do anything. This is really awkward. Yeah, I agree, Coco. Matchmaking right now literally just screwed us over here. I swear, if they do any life gain shenanigans, and alright, I don't want to I don't want to quit out of this, but we're in an awkward spot right here. So, let's go ahead. We're going to try. We're going to try. I don't want to give up just yet. So, here's how we do this. We will then swing actually at the here. Here's why. Okay. Okay, well, we got Chandra. We're not out yet. Chandra still can get us through. Chandra at least can kind of cheat its way around some of the gnarly effects that Leyline is saying that he has. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to laugh. If Chandra actually gets us through this, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be shocked if we can actually pull this off with her. Okay, Doomscar. We don't really care about too much about that. That's fine. Supreme Verdict. Okay, sure, opponent. Supreme Verdict. I don't even care. So with that, okay, so here's how we do this. Mountain, Static Discharge. We will hit that. Flip our invasion. Okay. We will then exile a card. It's a land. We don't care about that. So, we'd hit them. Okay. Well, that's not bad, right? Monster Swift Spear, number 2. I'm going to laugh so hard if our deck actually somehow gets around this. It is possible. It's not the end of the world. Okay, Supreme Verdict. Okay, that stinks. That's fine. We still have another invasion, so they discover again. Okay, what they hit? Prosperous Innkeeper. We can't afford to have that get life, so at least our burn spells can kind of keep us in this fight. Okay, they make another treasure. So, invasion again. Doesn't do anything. Exile.
This'll be easy.
Mog. Throw it away. Down to 9. Discover again. Alright, well, I mean, hit the invasion. Some way, somehow, we're still in this fight. I don't know how, but we are. It's actually kind of awkward now that I think about it. Okay. Liliana. Okay. It's going to make some zombies, and they're going to mill.
Look what I found.
They keep doing their thing. Sultai. They surveil. And then, okay, do we do this here? I guess we'll do this here. Alright, it flips. Disciple. Okay, so with that.
Yup, you're going down.
Alright, we will take out the zombie. Prowess. Oh my goodness, we actually might get through this. Swing. Okay. And then I guess we take out the Liliana then. Down to 2. Discover. Some way, somehow we're still alive. I have no idea how, but we are. Okay. So, while I'm trying to figure out, like, some way, somehow to get around our opponent's shenanigans here, again, have any of you out there actually seen any of the stuff currently from the actual set? I've only kind of had a chance to glance through some of the cards. They're looking a little bit better than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of cute. All our little woodland creatures. Hopefully, again, we'll get some really sweet options for ourselves in the upcoming deck techs that I'm imagining. I'm definitely excited to then build some more creature-focused decks because there's definitely some options out there that I think really can bolster some of the stuff we've kind of created already. So, for example, we created a while ago. Oh, one with multiverse. If our opponent has any life gain, we are screwed. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Other opponents would go ahead and indestructible. Alright. Alright, opponents. Okay, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to get around this. So, with that, exile. Deal damage. And there you go, everybody. I can't believe we actually got through that. Wow. Chandra Chandra's not to be underestimated. She's still a solid Planeswalker card. And you saw right there, we still got around that. I can't believe we actually got that. We had no business winning that match. But somehow we did. Okay. Okay, we got a cute little raccoon here. Now, actually, this brings me up a thing that I was going to mention right now. So, with all these weird creature types we were probably scratching our heads over, now it's all starting to make sense. So hopefully with Bloomburrow now, we'll definitely get a lot more support, as I mentioned earlier, for some of these creature decks out here. We're hopefully going to get a little bit more. We could definitely have a lot of fun with some of the upcoming stuff. So I'm definitely hyped for that. Okay, what do we get for... Okay, Cave of Kolios. That's nice. Panland. Not anything crazy, but I'll take a free rare that's a land. So let's go ahead. Let's keep our event going here. Okay, so... Coco. There's a 2/2 2-mana rabbit that when it attacks gives any tokens and all rabbits +1/+1. And when you have a combined power of 10 or over 10, you draw a card when you attack. Okay. Wow, that actually sounds really sweet. Maybe you might put together some kind of rabbit deck for the upcoming set. I don't know. This definitely sounds like a set that's going to do some really interesting shenanigans. Okay, so we do have Chandra in hand, which is great. Okay, so Selesnya, yeah. So with that, I'm definitely hoping that we'll have some fun with checking out some of those cards and whatnot for the upcoming setup. So again, game plan here is a straight burn. To the bottom. Because we're going to be doing our thing right here. Alright, free spell. Put us down to 15 after turn 1. This is why I love burn. Okay, so with that, yeah, that sounds kind of neat that... we're definitely going to get some very unique options here. Okay, shielded off the top. Well, that's totally fair. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. So with that, we will play... What do we play here? Let's see. I guess... We're just going to go to face. Honestly, we're a burn deck. We should be just going to face no matter what. Down to 9. Okay, well, we are definitely making progress right now. We're going to be pretty quick to beat our opponent here if they don't have an answer. Oh, my goodness. They gave up. This is why I love burn, everybody. Oh, man. Yes. I would definitely recommend this probably to do your event if you're trying to get it done ASAP. Wow, we're actually getting it done with an honest burn deck. Well, not that honest. I mean, you know what I mean. Okay, cool. So we got our stuff. We'll claim. Got some gems. Okay, that's cool. I'll take some gems. Totally cool with that. All right. Hopefully we should be able to finish pretty quick here, and then we could definitely get to our main event. I think I might squeeze in, if we finish this up quickly, I'll probably talk briefly about Bloomburrow. Yes, an honest burn deck. Hey, you know the rule. Ideally, if you can do at least 3 damage with 1 mountain, that's a good rate. Anything else is just sweet, sweet gravy. Okay. Okay, so we are a little on the higher end of the curve here, but I think we should be fine. Okay, so to the face. Incendiary Flow. That'll be a free spell, so we'll keep that on top. I love this. This event is fun. I'm honestly having a lot of fun here. This is actually enjoyable. Just because, again, we're getting a lot of free stuff. Ooh, actually, I should have played Lava Axe. Why didn't I play that? Well, I'm dumb. I probably could have done more damage with that. Okay. Note to self for the future if they do this event again. Okay. Static Discharge. Down to 12. Okay. Looks like it's a burn race here. Monetary Sphere. Okay. Do you have an answer, opponent? They do not. Okay. Okay, but yes. I think I might squeeze in here some time to see if we can talk about Bloomburrow. Maybe just a little bit. We'll see. So. But I also kind of want to get through our deck as our upcoming stuff. So we'll see what we do. Barbarian Ring. Hit ourselves. Invasion. No creature, but we can hit them for 4. Down to 8. Okay, we're definitely making progress here. Alright, they're down to 5. Do you have an answer, opponent? Come on. You're running out of time. Okay, they discover again. Ooh, Rankle and Torbrand. Interesting. But it's not going to matter for us, because we're basically going to beat our opponent right here, right now. So with that, let us put down another invasion. We will go to face. We will hit them. Come on, deck. One more burn spell. That's all I need. Andy Bird Spell wins. Can we play it on the side? Oh, we can. Yes! Ah, we did it. Got our opponents. Woo! That was the fastest we went through actually a Midweek Magic. I can't believe that. I think that's a record for us. All right. Well, I'll just talk about this briefly for a second here. For those of you who are still trying to figure out your Midweek Magic thing, I would definitely say pick this deck right here. This was super quick. We managed to get all of our stuff done so quickly. So, yes. Definitely, I would say this is the deck you want to play if you want to finish this event ASAP. I mean, wow, we breezed through that like without any trouble. I think that only took us like 10 minutes. So that was awesome. So yeah, I might tweak this a little bit for a future burn deck, but I think I'm going to hold off on burn decks at least until we get to Bloomburrow. Maybe we'll get some sweet tech for that. So not too bad, right? Very awesome. Okay, so let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Let's see how I do this. So with that, hold on one second here. I'm trying to just make a minor adjustment. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, okay. Yes. So if you do want to check out some of the spoilers and everything right there, that's going to be out where they're going out right now. So I'm just going to scroll through this just briefly here. We won't talk too much about this just because I do want to get back to our actual event of playing Magic. So just hang in there. I'm trying to look right now at some of the stuff for cards that we may look at in the future here. There's definitely some cool things here. I mean, I'm not sure. Let's see, I'm not sure yet what we may look at doing here. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of cards here. So I don't know. It might take me a little bit of time to kind of like go through all of this, but there's definitely some great stuff here. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, but I would say, yeah, it is definitely tame. I mean, cards you got like, for example, like Fell here, decent little like clean removal for creatures. That's nice for 2 mana, no kinds of cost or anything like that. You have other cards here that I think I saw that were kind of cool, like Maha here. This is definitely a really sweet option right here for an actual bird card. I don't know. I think it's actually kind of cool what this card can do. Again, creatures your opponent control have base toughness 1. That can hose a lot of decks. So I think that actually might be something I might want to look at doing. We have a new Liliana. Wait, is this one actually a new one? I don't know anymore. I've lost count of some of the cards, so I can't tell anymore. But you get the idea, everybody. So in other words, there's definitely a lot of things here that I'm probably going to go over. For those of you who are yes, definitely I agree, Cocos. The bird is pretty awesome here. Den and Splendid, hi, how you doing today? Hopefully, again, you're enjoying the stream. Welcome. We're just basically talking very briefly about Bloomburrow, and then we'll actually get right back to actually playing our actual main event, the deck that we're here for today. But of course, I had to talk about Bloomburrow because it is here, so definitely that's why I'm checking this out. Okay. Sorry for the hiccups right there, but again, just small technical issues. So what's also cool is definitely no surprise we are, of course, going to get a new Chatterfang. That's actually pretty sweet. I'm not sure if I want to get any of the precons just yet. We're probably going to hold off. I'm going to wait until the rest of the precon stuff comes out before I might consider one. Doing fine? Okay, well, that's great. I'm happy to hear that you're doing fine today, Dead and Splendid. Thanks for joining us again. So we definitely have a lot of cool squirrels. Honestly, that's probably the creature type that I'm a little excited for, but we definitely are getting some really neat things here. We got some token creatures like possums here. We got frogs, of course. We're definitely getting a lot of otters, which are actually kind of cool to see. We got raccoons from the set. This is honestly, I remember I put out there a little while ago that little prediction video I had for the sets, and I honestly was thinking to myself, there's definitely, I'm sure each of the creature types that we're going to see are going to represent each of the actual things, kind of like a guild, kind of like what Ravnica does, but it's going to be done, of course, in a way that's very similar to, yeah, to basically to Ravnica. So it's just, the difference is, of course, is now just all for creatures. So I'm actually kind of happy that that turned out the way it did. I'm sure we'll have ways of mixing and matching a lot of stuff here. You can see how, again, we're getting lizards here. This, of course, now is a big deal with some of the stuff that we saw, such as like Viashinos are now technically lizards. So that makes it a little easier to build some more creature focused decks in the future. So I'm actually really happy about that. Flubs here. Flubs is an interesting card. This actually card right here is going to be one that I'm kind of curious about. I don't know if we can actually put together a deck around this. Maybe if we kind of add in some of the Madness cards, that actually might be a cool idea with Flubs here for maybe like a future Brawl deck. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you actually want to see something like that. So there's definitely a lot of cool stuff here that I'm also going to have to take the time to kind of point out and kind of look at here. I know we talked, Hugs was also briefly mentioned a couple days ago, so it's an okay card. Not something I'm going to look at here. Coco's. Phineas was the one I was talking about. Ah, yes. Okay. I think you mentioned that. So Phineas was, yes, I see him here now. Phineas H. Archer here. So this is the one I meant you did mention. So yeah, when it attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. That's a token or a rabbit. And if it's creatures you control have total power 10 or greater, draw a card. That definitely sounds really fun. I would love to, of course, build together some awesome decks with these. This actually looks kind of cool to do with a Selesnya go wide token strategy. We'll definitely see, because there's definitely a lot of options for you here. I'm actually getting a little bit more excited for this whole set as a overall than I thought. It's actually kind of more cool than I was expecting it to. But overall, I'm actually pretty happy with what I'm seeing right now. There's definitely a lot of cool and neat options here for definitely some upcoming ideas that I may have for future decks. But again, it's still very early. We're only into day one. There's a lot for me to take in here. We have a really cool, awesome card here with the ability to kind of do some shenanigans here. Miss Bumbleflower here I know is another commander card that looks actually kind of neat with the group hug strategy here. I did notice here that they have another ability that actually can be very interesting for, where I know there's a card here that does it. There's one card here I know we just saw that actually does the gift thing. And then also other cards like Igra here, Eater of All, that actually looks really sweet for what it's trying to do with the whole food ward sacrifice of food. That's actually pretty interesting of a mechanic there. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff here. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place here. I'm actually just, again, really happy with everything we're getting here. But overall, there's just so much to take in. And I know we're definitely going to be talking about this over the next couple days for the overall setup. But again, we'll have definitely more time to talk about all this when that time comes. So don't worry, everybody. I'm really, again, let me know, of course, where you're thinking in terms of future decks that you might want to see, and I would be more than happy to put those together. Oh, I forgot to mention, before we actually continue, we do have a Discord right now for those of you that are newer to the videos, newer to the channels and the streams. If you want to check us out here, I, of course, will have that linked up somewhere, I'm sure after the video is done, that we'll put up, of course, if you want to check out, for those of you that are watching this on the replay, a Discord where you can join our nice little group of fiery friends. If you want to talk about budget decks and other cool stuff around Magic and anything else that maybe you want to chat about. But in any case, enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead, let's get back to the main event. We actually now want to talk about why we're all here today. The deck that I'm actually really excited and super hyped to play, because this deck is hilariously awesome. And I honestly don't think it was a good idea for them to put this on a card, but Magic did, so I'm going to take advantage of it. This deck is what I'm calling Plants versus Zombies. So what exactly does that even mean? Well, we're talking about, of course, our commander today, which is the Necrobloom. So briefly, I'm going to talk about this, and then we'll cover every single card for this whole setup. So the Necrobloom here is a 4-mana, 2/7 legendary plant, and it has landfall. So obviously, you know, when it comes to landfall gets a little busted at times. But in any case, landfall here means whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control, we create a 0/1 green plant creature token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. Land cards in our graveyard have dredge too. That's also really, really powerful for what we're trying to do here. So basically, we're going to try to put out as many lands as possible, kind of like Field of the Dead, even though Field of the Dead is technically banned in Brawl. But we have, of course, on a creature here. So make a bunch of zombies, make a bunch of plants. Doesn't really matter which ones we get. We have plenty of ways of pumping all of our tokens no matter what we do. So that's the whole game plan for you. So for those of you who, of course, who are longtime viewers of the channel, we, of course, have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right into the rest of it. So with that, you're looking at 26 creatures in the deck. We're 37 non-creature spells with an average mana curve about 3.2. We're in Abzan colors. So for those of you who are unaware, that means that, of course, it's white, black, and green. Mostly it's going to be green, some white, and a little bit of black. 26 creatures across a bunch of different creature types. Specifically for the non-creature spells, it's going to be 12 instants, 8 sorceries, 4 artifacts, 17 enchantments, 36 lands. Now, for a landfall deck, 36 lands does look light, but hear me out for a second. The majority of our lands are also going to be taking advantage of all the modal flip lands. So what I mean by that is you have cards like that we have in here that are spells, like Strength of the Harvest, but they are, of course, lands. So if we add in all the modal lands, I think it comes out to actually 44 lands, 45, I believe. I kind of forgot the number. But the idea, of course, is we still, of course, can play and enjoy a really cool little game plan here with what we're trying to do. So with that, hold on. I think that's the stream. Let's see, hold on. Yes, we definitely need to break Necrobloom. So basically that's the whole idea here. Sorry, the chat window for me is kind of like stressing out for a second here. Don't worry. Okay, still see all y'all for a second here. But in any case, okay, then it's Splendid. Let's see. Hold on one second here. Let's see. Den Splendid, I have been playing Flicker Dungeon, still doing decent, especially after Crab Abomination. Okay, that definitely sounds kind of cool. I would love to see that. If you have that, definitely you can add it maybe to the Discord if you do want to join us on there. Or again, like, feel free to see if you have a link that maybe I could check out a little bit later on. I would love to check that out. I also, of course, do have a couple ideas with dungeons myself for a super cool deck, but we'll talk about that a little bit down the line, maybe at the end of the stream. But in any case, going back over to what we're trying to do here, let's kind of, again, go over very briefly, because as always, Brawl decks do take a while for me to explain, because, again, there's a lot of cards to talk about. So with that, we will go over, of course, our actual deck here. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a ton of flip modal cards here, and we do have ways of taking advantage of that, even though the fact that they are tapped. So with that, going over, of course, the 1-drops, we have Malachor Rebirth here. Great for, of course, to save something in a pinch, but it'll also be a tap land. Arboreal Grazer here, really solid, cute little card here, which can put another land into play. Any land is great for us, so actually I really love what it's trying to do here. We have, of course, Avacyn's Pilgrim. So again, another, sorry, cannot think my words right now. Another Mana Dork here. Bushwhack here, great for digging out a land if we can fight something if we need to in a pinch. Land of War Elves, another Mana Dork. Thirsting Roots here, again, to dig out something and also to proliferate. We don't really need to proliferate all that often, but it is helpful in some situations. Revitalizing Repast right here, another one of our instant cards that's actually a modal land, so it's really great for our deck. Case of the Gateway Express, some of our pseudo removal for the deck, but again, we are going to go super wide, so this is actually a really sweet card to not only dish out some damage against a single target, but also can pump up the whole team and make us go and do some extra damage against our opponents here. Intangible Virtue here, again, gives all of our tokens +1/+1 in Vigilance, so we could swing without having to worry about anything on the backswing. Could be our Takedown here, another one of our tap lands here, which is really great for us. Enters tapped, but we could also use it to then take down another creature, so single target removal. More single target removal with Ossification here to exiling effects. Razor Grass Ambush here, another flip land, but also can do some damage to a creature that's attacking in a pinch. Sedgery's Shelter here, another protection spell, but also, again, a tap land. Sheoldred's Edict, an edict effect if we need to get around things that may have ward or, say, hexproof. Druid class here, again, great with the landfall ability. We can help us stabilize with some life gain. We can also play some extra lands, and then maybe turn one of our lands to a creature if we need to finish off our opponent. Aftermath Analyst here can help us mill some cards, and if we do have a ton of lands that we don't want to feel like dredging up, we can always sacrifice this later on to bring all those lands back for more landfall triggers. Explore, it's ramp, helps us, again, landfall. Kazandu Necropot here, same thing, landfall, gains us some life and stabilize. Lotus Cobra here, super awesome and super essential for the deck. Really, really awesome for what it's trying to do here. And of course, it just helps us fix our mana. Springheart Nantuko, another hilarious card from Modern Horizons 3. If we can bestow this onto a creature, we can make a ton of extra tokens, even if they're insects. But ideally, there's going to be one card that I do want to put this on, which we'll talk about in just a bit. Tingle Fluorohedron here, another one of our modal lands. Great, and also could be a Mana Dork if we need to in a pinch. Terror Sunder here for, again, Artifact and Enchantment Hate. Rise of Oblivion here, some more single target removal. Insidious Roots here, really, really awesome for what the deck is trying to do here. Makes all of our tokens into Mana Dorks here, and then we can then make sure we can keep casting stuff a ton. Omen of the Sun, super cute little card here. Gives us some more, again, creature tokens. Helps us gain some life and stabilize. We can also sacrifice the Omen if we need to try to do some mana card draw fixing. We also are going to utilize Stroke of Midnight here, another single target removal. Gives our opponent a human, but we don't usually care about that. Bastard of Remembrance here. This, again, will help us stabilize because, again, we don't really sacrifice all that much in the deck, but anything that we do end up losing, we can, again, stabilize and hopefully drain out our opponent. Bogart Trawler here. I absolutely love what this card's trying to do here. It is exiling a graveyard, so it's great graveyard hate, but it could also be a land in a pinch. Balaged Recovery here to bring something back, and also, again, it's another land in a pinch. We have Cultivate here for ramp. Entish Restoration also for Lamp. We sacrifice land, but again, we don't care too much about sacrificing lands because we could definitely bring them back anyway with Necrobloom, so that's really sweet for our deck. Harrow here, same thing, another same thing to this Entish Restoration. Nissa here, really, really awesome card, very, very powerful what we're trying to do. It does mostly the same thing as Lotus Cobra here, but also it does a little bit of extra here, so again, we can also do this a second time if it resolves to reveal cards from the top of our library until we reveal an elf or elemental card. So we don't have that many elves or elementals in the deck, but it is actually kind of a cute little option for us. Ramanop Excavator here, so we can replay those lands from our graveyard. Return to the Wilds here, same thing, more ramp, creates tokens, whatever we need. Roiling Regrowth, same thing as Harrow and Entish Restoration. Spelunking, just to make sure all those dual tap lands come into play untapped, which is actually extremely powerful for us. I absolutely do love what this card's trying to do. Tireless Provisioner here, same thing again, just landfall triggers, gives us some treasures, gives us some food when we need to, just to help us do some more fixing. Strength of the Harvest, another tap land, but we can also pump up one of our creatures, which is actually really sweet in certain situations. Anointed Procession here, absolutely essential for this deck. This card is insanely powerful for what it's trying to do, to create a bunch of extra tokens for us to go super wide and take down our opponent. Conclave Tribunal, we are going to go wide, so this is actually a really great Convoke spot removal for us. Philidor Retreat, same thing, pumps up the whole team. We can make some more tokens. Witch Enchanter here for more artifact and enchantment hate, and it could be a land in a pinch. Fail to Profane, same thing, more spot removal, destroys a creature or planeswalker, or again, it's a land in a pinch. Oracle Moldiah here, going to help us generate some more ramp for us as we keep casting cards off top of our library. We love it, gives us an extra land drop. Parallel Lives, very similar again to, Anointed Procession here, which just gives us more tokens to work with. We have also Path of Annihilation. We usually don't cast off the mana value of 7 or greater, but if anytime we do, we can definitely gain some extra life for us. Some Eldrazi spawns are awesome for what we're trying to do. Conduit of Worlds, same thing as the Ramanop Excavator. We just mostly use it for the lands from our graveyard. Hold on one second, everybody. Give me 1 second. I'm actually going to check on something real quick. Something just popped up. Hold on. I'll be right back, everybody. Okay. Are we back? Did we just... Okay, sorry, everybody. We just had a small little hiccup for just a moment there, but the issue should be resolved. Sorry. Just had a small personal thing to take care of, but we are back. Don't worry, everybody. We are still here. We're definitely going to play. So, where was I exactly? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. So, real quick, where are we at on here? Oh, yeah, we just finished Conduit of Worlds. So, going on from there, we have Timeless Witness here. Really awesome card. You definitely kind of have it in a deck like this. They can afford it. Just to bring back, again, cards from your graveyard. And Eternalize is really, really sweet to have. So, with that, we also have Binding the Old Gods here. Another card that I absolutely love because it's so sweet to then take something out. Pump up again by getting another Forest. And also, creatures we control will gain Death Touch. So, then that takes out everything. Thalion the Get Rog Monster here, another super sweet card that also really fits very well into our game plan, perfectly synergizes. We can sacrifice things we need to, but of course we can also draw some cards off it. First Strike and Death Touch is a nasty, nasty little combo, because that basically means it can stall a ton of cards that probably won't usually try to get through us. And then going into the 5-drop slot, we have Elish Norn here. I know, it's a little pricey on paper, but in Arena, it's only going to be just the 1 Mythic. So again, with what we're trying to do, this card, again, is super gnarly and super awesome for what we're trying to do here. Territorial Color here, another cool card that helps us again with the landfall ability here, just to dig us through our deck. If we don't need it, we can put the cards into our graveyard here, which is also great for what we're trying to do synergy-wise. Spore Mana here creates more tokens for us with landfall triggers. Zendikar's Royal, same thing, more landfall triggers with more tokens. Maja Bredeguard Protector here gives us an Anthem effect and also will help us create a ton of extra tokens here. So I absolutely love what that card's trying to do here. And of course, we don't usually have that many Wraths that we want in the deck, but again, our emergency panic button is going to be a farewell if we need to reset everything. So that's why we have at least that copy in there. Ancient Gree Warden, super, again, awesome. It really does perfectly go well with what our deck's trying to do here. Primeval Titan, of course, we have to have the Primeval Titan. It is actually ironically banned in Commander, but in our deck, since it's not banned in Brawl, we're definitely going to take advantage of that. Beanstalk Giant here for another bit of a ramp, and also it's a giant, so definitely have to have it for its ability here. Corrosion Tusker, this is actually one of my favorite cute little cards from way back in the day when I used to play back when I was a kid during Onslaught. Well, actually, I wasn't a kid. I was already in my late teens. But again, the card's a cute little pet card of mine that I absolutely love. You get to draw a card off with the cycling ability, and also you get to search for a land, so it's a 2-for-1 deal. Had to say yes to that. And of course, once we get the entire team ready to go, we just finish off our opponent with Craterhoof Behemoth here. We don't really have a way to dig him out, but there are plenty of ways for us to find it anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So I'm actually really hyped for that. Otherwise, I think that's mostly it, again, for the whole deck there. As far as the land base, we actually are, despite the fact that we have a lot of powerful cards, the deck actually only runs a total of 17 rares / mythics. So at least in Arena, this whole deck is actually pretty easy to put together. Granted, in paper, it's a little bit more expensive. I think the deck is, right now, $275 if you actually wanted to put this together in paper. Not that I'm saying you should put it together in paper, but if you're mildly curious, as always, at the end of the video, I will leave a link in the description. So that way you can actually check this out. You can put this together, copy paste it in case if you're curious. But otherwise, rounding out the package, we've got Plains, of course, Sheffet Dunes here for pump, snow-covered plains. Take advantage of the fact that, again, with what we have, you don't want to put in all just straight out like basics here. You want to mix and match because, again, Necrobloom's ability needs to go off by having different names for the cards. So keep that in mind, again, if you're going to play this deck. As I mentioned also, we'll have Fair Basilica here, Bajuka Bog, Snow-Covered Swamp, Regular Forest, Kalani Gardens, Snow-Covered Forest. We also are going to have a bunch of the other, like, taplands, ideally. Just every single thing you can grab. So Forlorn Flats, Goldmire Bridge, Scoured Barrens, Dark Moss Bridge, Festering Gulch, Haunted Mire, Jungle Hollow, Blossoming Sands, Creosa Heath, Fortified Village, Thornhide Bridge. We have Deceptive Landscape. So these are all the utilities now that you can use. Sandseep Citadel, Arid Archway here. Actually, I do want to mention this card is really great because it's a bounce land and also can bounce back maybe one of our modal lands that we don't need later on, and then we can take advantage of the spell side. Command Tower is a staple. Evolving Wilds we need for more landfall triggers. Same with Field of Ruin for single target land hate. Pit of Offerings for a little bit of pseudo removal in the graveyard. Promising Veins here for more landfall triggers. Reliquary Tower if we get a ton of cards in hand. Terramorphic Expanse, and then round out the package in Urza's Cave to help dig out the land that we ideally need for the whole deck. But otherwise, whew, okay. As always, wow, that's so many cards to go through. But in any case, basically, that's all it, everybody. We just want to take advantage of every landfall trigger we can to hopefully get to our opponent. Is this possible? Can we get there with this deck? Well, you're about to find out. So I'm honestly super excited with what this deck is going to try to do here. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into some fun matches. We're going to see how well the deck does. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. Oh, and then thank you for that, Coco. So yeah, anybody against is checking this out on the replay. As always, we of course will have up the Discord, so you can always talk about these decks. Maybe again you want to pitch out your own ideas to me. I'll be more than happy to hear you out. I usually will hang out there and there when I can. I tend to be pretty active, mostly on the night side because I tend to be a bit of a vampire myself. But otherwise, yeah, come and hang out when you can. In any case, let's go ahead. Let's jump now into our match here. So our opponent looks like they're going to be going first, but let's see, what are they playing? They're playing Omo here. Oh boy. This might be interesting because they're also going to try to get lands out there and do some shenanigans, but can our shenanigans outdo them? So we have Pit of Offerings, Sheffet Dunes, a Haunted Mire, Tangible Virtue, Kabira Takedown, and okay, so we definitely can make quite a few things, which is not bad. It's a little slow, but this is fine. Ooh, parallel lives. Oh, this is going to be great for later on. Okay. So with that, let's go ahead. Let's play. What do we do here? Put it on the Haunted Mire first. Okay. So with that, let's see. How do we get there? What is our opponent going to try to do? They got Gates of the Manorborn, Beseiju, Idol of the False Gods. Obviously, of course, at the end of the video, I will try to put down some info if you're interested, for those of you out there that maybe want to check out ways you might want to upgrade this. If you do like the deck, I will definitely talk briefly about possible upgrades to make this deck even better than it currently is. But you'll see today, or at least I hope I will, we'll try to make this deck show how well it can do, even on a budget of using only 17 rares / mythics for the deck overall. Okay, so with that, opponents. Take your time, opponent. No rush. All right. Desert of the Indomitable. Oh. Okay. Our opponent did not want to play Magic. Well, not quite what I was hoping for, but that's okay. Okay. We're just going to move on. I'll take the free win. Yay? I guess. Okay. All right. Let's try this again, everybody. Let's see. Can we get there with our deck? Hopefully this one will actually be a match. Hopefully. Come on. Come on. Find me an opponent. Anybody will do. I will take on anyone. Doesn't matter if they have a budget deck themselves. Doesn't matter if they're also going all out. I will see and face anybody. Oh, I know. Deck did so well. Our opponent was like, no, we're not dealing with this today. That's what they did. That's totally what it did. That's our story, and we're going to stick to it. Okay. So, well, this is a little slow. We don't have enough lands to do our things here. We can't cast anything. Okay. I think we'll free mulligan here. Okay. So, well, I mean, if we can get to one more land with this, this should be okay. This should be okay. Okay. I'm going to keep this. Hopefully we'll get at least one more land. I mean, again, the deck has a ton of stuff. So, if we can at least get one, we should be okay. Oh, yay. Thanks for joining the Discord there, Den and Splendid. And I'll check out that deck list. I definitely want to see what you're rocking there. I would love to check that out. So appreciate it. Okay, so, well, this is awkward. I want to put the Gateway Express. We don't have any other... Wow. This is super awkward right now. We don't have any green source? I mean, this deck is mostly green. Wow. Okay. We'll see. Our opponent right here looks like they're clerics? Vampires? Interesting. Okay. Our deck is not doing anything. So. Okay. I think we might have a non-match here. If we cannot get to a green source in the next turn or two, we might have to quit, which is kind of awkward. Because our deck has all of this, and we don't have a green source. Okay. Well, we kind of hit a green source, but it was a very slow one. Okay. Okay. We're very behind right now. And our opponent right now is definitely going off. Okay. Okay, so you added it to historic. Okay, well, thanks for that. I will definitely check into that. And we could definitely look over the deck and maybe... I kind of want to play it myself, so I'm interested in seeing how well it does. Okay. All right. Okay. At this point, we didn't... We went off way too slow here. So, even if I do this right now, so... Lotus Cobra. Arid Archway. We bounce back. Chef of Dunes. Okay, so all of our ramp was just too slow this time. We can put down, but it's just too little, too late. So, okay. So we had our first non-match, but it's okay. We're gonna just rinse ourselves clean here. We're gonna try again. That was actually kind of awkward because usually that rarely happens to us. Okay, so. Moving on to the next one. We're definitely going to just keep on going. All right. Come on. Give me a good opponent, Arena. All right, here we go. All right, so here we go again. Can our deck pull off some wins? Can we make a ton of plants or zombies to beat down our opponent? Will it be plants? Will it be zombies? We'll find out. All right, so with that, opponent's doing a little bit of mulliganing. All right, they're playing Lelea, so I don't know if that means that they're going to be playing the gimmicky version, or are they gonna be playing something else? I guess we'll find out soon. So with that, we'll get the Evolving Wilds. All right, so with that, sacrifice. We will get our snow-covered forest. Okay, it's going to be mostly tap land, it seems, but that should be fine. So with that, we'll search. We will dig out... What do we dig out here? I think we'll just get out the snow-covered plains. We will put down... This is a tap land, and go. Okay, so game plan right now. We can get Tireless Provisioner out. I'll get Recovery. Kazandu. Okay. I was doing their shenanigans with the Exile of Lelea. But I still feel we can get there. Kazandu. We will play... What do we do here? I think... Get Recovery. Gain some life. Pass. Okay. So, we're not too far away from where we want to be. I'm probably going to do some more swings. We're definitely going to get more land drops here. No blocks. Down to 19. Alright. Return to the Wilds is not bad. But, let's see. Snow-covered plains. Gain of life. Alright, here comes ours. Necrobloom, it's your time to shine. Can we get there? I'm feeling pretty good right now. Swing. Down to 24. Got him. Okay, 24. Mountain. Okay, we'll just draw. We have plenty of land, so we're not too worried. So with that, Tireless Provisioner. We will play a regular forest. Okay, here we go, everybody. This is the deck going off. So we will make treasure. A plant. We will... Okay, I guess we can do this now. Okay. Sacrifice the treasure. We just now want to start going off with all of our stuff. Make another treasure. Get a token. Okay, so you can see deck's doing its thing. Now we're definitely going off. So all we just got to do is just hang in there a little bit more, and we should be good to go. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay, discover 5. It's a little scary. Should be okay. We'll be fine, everybody. Alright, they put a ton of counters on it. Yikes. Scary. Okay. There. They managed to get their combo off. Alright. At that point, everybody, we lost. Yep. No point in going. Well, that was a little gnarly there. Suki, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. You just saw me right now just get completely destroyed. For those of you who are unaware that how this works is, this whole deck is a basic gimmick. It's mostly just, again, you're getting Lelea out, then you start exiling stuff. Ideally, you get out Trumpeting Carnosaur, and as you saw right there, it just kind of exiles all the lands. So that's all they care about. They get a ton of extra triggers off of that for Lelea. It gains Trample, and then it just does its gnarly thing. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad. It's okay. We'll just move on to the next one. You at least got to see a little bit there that we were slowly about to go off, but unfortunately our opponent got their gimmick off. But it's fine. I ain't mad. It's all good. We're definitely going to jump into the next one. Okay. So. Okay. Feeling good. we're getting to about the halfway point of the stream. For those of you that maybe not be aware, as always, I like to mention that we don't stream as long as I'd like to, but it's only because, again, we have other things I have to take care of. And of course, there's definitely a lot of things that, of course, I need to focus on doing. Of course, I'm working on the next deck tech. So even after I'm done with this, I immediately start jumping on to building the next video for us. We, of course, are going to try to add some more improvements to everything. But again, for those of you who are still joining us right now, if you want to follow me on any way, shape, or form, I'll of course leave links, as you can see right here in the actual video descriptions. You can see on screen perfectly right now that we have, of course, all the places you can follow me. So want to go on X/Twitter, Instagram if you want to see where I promote stuff. Twitch, of course, is where I stream. YouTube, of course, is where all the main content is. But of course, the actual streams can be either or. It's your choice, wherever you want to watch me. Okay. Anyway, jumping back into this. Our opponent is playing Higher Gas, Erupting Nelkai. I actually haven't seen anybody play this Eldrazi Dragon yet, so this might be an interesting match. Put our forest down. We'll put down Llanowar Elves. Okay, so we should be good to go next turn and maybe cast the Necrobloom. Actually, we actually don't have enough mana for that. Okay, that's fine. Never mind. Okay, instead, Cultivate. So this should help us get to where we need to. So snow-covered forest and a snow-covered forest and plains. Stuff goes down. Okay, so slowly building up a ramp, so we got what we need. Opponent's got Bloodstained Mire. Okay. So, but anyway, yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, so yeah, don't worry, everybody. Even though our streams are a little on the shorter side, I try to pack in as much as I can within the time. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we'll have more time to stream. But I am, again, just enjoying having this time out with all of you. So thanks again for hanging in there, everybody. Thanks again, of course, as always, for supporting the channel. If you do want to continually support, there's plenty of ways you can do so. Just even watching my videos here and there, extra ones, maybe a little bit longer than normal, catching another video would greatly go a long way to helping out and showing some love for the channel. In any case, for me, it's currently 2 a.m. Oh, then Splendid, if it's 2 in the morning, or is it 2 in the afternoon? I don't know. I'm a little confused. You let me know. Where are y'all coming from? And I do appreciate that. I do appreciate you're just happy to be here and hanging out, Cocos. So thank you for that. Okay. Well, we came here to do one thing, everybody. We're doing the Necrobloom shenanigans. It's time. It's time to get in. Wow. I actually didn't think he had that in his hand. Well, okay. All right. I guess our opponent there had their answer. But they only had one in hand. So we'll just mill some stuff. Okay. 2 a.m. So where are you hailing from, Den and Splendid? Where, if you don't want me asking, yeah, what area from? Okay, Suki, you're in Oklahoma. Oh, okay. You're from the Ukraine. Well, thanks again for supporting us from the area. Hopefully, again, everything's going good from where you're at. Okay, opponent has Goldspan Dragon. Interesting. So shout out to you from there. I do appreciate that you're watching from that far out. Okay, paying our opponent down to 23. Make a plant. I guess we'll just get an attack here against the Builder's Vine. All right, down to 22. Okay, so hopefully next turn we can definitely start going off because we have plenty of lands now in play, and then hopefully we can just start doing our thing. Shuchi Cave Guard. Okay. A little scary. Opponent is definitely going to take advantage of that dragon they got there. But we're going to try to find a way to get around that. Hopefully, we'll get around that. Okay. Well, here comes their commander. Alright, they made a ton of colorless mana. Iron Crag. They don't do anything with it. Sunbird standard. Okay, well, they emptied their whole hand. So, at the very least now, we kind of can start hopefully doing our thing. Okay. What did you draw, opponent? You have one card left. You have 2 open mana. Do you have anything else that you can do against us? We'll draw a card. We'll pull up that Bajuka Bog later. We might need that later on. In the meantime, Territorial Caller. We will play Swamp. Right? Path of Annihilation. Throw it out. We will play Entish Restoration. We will sacrifice... What do we sacrifice here? I guess it'll be the Malachar Mirror. I'm also doing edits. Oh, that's cool. Do you edit your own content? Do you have your own channel and video stuff you do? Okay, 2 land drops. Okay, here they come, everybody. Oh, we'll keep that. Definitely keep that. Okay. We got some more plants coming. No attacks yet. We need to keep building up stuff. But the good news is, of course, with Territorial Color here, we do have an answer against their dragons. So it's not like they can swing at us willy-nilly for any longer. So that's actually kind of sweet for us. But yeah, let me know. Den and Splendid, are you working on like a video, a project, a YouTube thing? As soon as I have time, if you do have stuff, I would love to check out what you got. Feel free to even share it on the Discord if you like. Okay, our opponent just cast Ulamog. Disgusting. I mean, we have technically a way around this. Wait, hold on. It's like one of them 1v1 edits. Okay. That's cool. Nice. Okay, our opponent is swinging. They do know that this has reach, right? Okay. Okay. Well, we took out one of their dragons, which is nice. Okay, so with that, we'll dredge this. Bog. We're going to exile their stuff because I don't want any of those dragons to come back. Okay, Reliquary Tower. We'll put that to the bottom. Here's why. Sacrifice the Analyst. Alright, okay. Parallel Lives. We might need that. Avacyn's Pilgrim. No attacks. Okay, so does this do anything when it attacks? Hold on. Okay. Oh, the file size is too big. Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that. But I mean, that's cool. That I like hearing that you have your own thing. Do you upload them to any, like, location that maybe you have a link that we can see it at? I would love to see. In the meantime here, our opponent's got 1 card in hand. They got Ulamog the Defiler. So, okay. There's not much else they can really do. Well, okay, they have Annihilator X, which is terrifying. But is there a way we can get around that? Is there a way we can stop Ulamog the Defiler here? We have a ton of plants, which is not what I'm concerned about. Opponents, do you have an answer? The ward ability is actually not the worst to get around. We have to sacrifice 2 permanents, which is, for us, not too bad. Okay. If you want to, you can drop off your YouTube link. If not here, you can also put it in the Discord too. I'm sure everybody would love to see it. Okay, our opponent is thinking hard. They have 1 card in hand. What could they possibly have left? Okay, so it is a land. Okay. So they have nothing else in hand. That Ulamog, however, is our frightening thing that we have to get around. If we can get around Ulamog here, then we're good. We're gravy. Okay, so they're swinging. Definitely swinging. Okay, so we have to sacrifice 7 permanents. Okay, so with that, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get rid of our plants. 5, 6, and I guess 7. Okay. Scary, but it's not the end of the world for us. Hold on. We block with Land of War Elves. Okay. Well, next turn we just take care of Ulamog here. We should be good. So. Okay. So with that, Parallel Lives. We then fell the Profane. Sacrifice 2 permanents. Okay. So with this, we just Reliquary Tower, Bog. They go bye-bye. Okay. Crisis averted for now. Do a little swinging. Wow, we somehow got around an Ulamog. Scary, and it did take our whole board to take care of it, but we somehow we got around it. Okay. Send it in the general. I will definitely look at that later on. All right, we block here. Color. Okay, their commander's down. So, it's still too close, though. We're down to 5. We need ways of replenishing everything. All right, comes again. They draw 3 cards to refuel. Do they have the Iron Crag flip? Okay, so with that. Dredge. We make zombies, but unfortunately that's just not enough. Dang. No attacks. We can't get through this, everybody. Okay, well, we tried. Our opponent has a flyer, and we have no way of blocking it besides what we had, so it's fine. We'll try again, maybe another match. Okay. Breathing in, breathing out, and we're just going right back into it. Jumping into another match. Whew. Wow. That was definitely tough. Maybe I don't know if I misplayed on that one. Maybe I should have waited, or I should have maybe just destroyed the card earlier. But either way, with our Flying Dragon, we didn't have a way of dealing with that in the air. So, I'm not sure what the best play of that would have been. But okay. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so we do have here Forest, Bridge, and a Promising Veins. We do have the Crater Hoof, which is really sweet. We do have a way of bringing stuff back. So I think this should be okay. Bridge down. Our opponent is playing Eartha Joe, Frontier Mentor. Okay, I haven't seen anybody play this, so I'm not sure what to expect with this one. Okay, Coco's gotta go. Dinner's time with kiddos. Catch the rest of you guys in the upload. Have a great night. Right. Okay. Well, thanks again for joining us, Coco's. Have a good evening. Take care. Hopefully, we'll see you maybe next week on the stream. So, or at least in the Discord. So, have a good night. Take care. Go play Kazandu Necropot. Okay, so with that, what do you got, opponent? Arcane Signets? Okay. I forgot to mention, with this deck, if you haven't noticed already, this version of our deck is one of the times we're experimenting. We actually don't have any actual mana rocks. If you haven't noticed already, this deck actually doesn't want mana rocks because, again, the main focus is we want to try to get landfall triggers. That's why we don't have any of them. We instead focus on having more lands versus actually having the mana rocks. So in case of you were curious about that, that's a thing. House of Veins, Gain of Life, Spelunking. Come on, give me a land. Okay, no land. That's okay. Down to 24. Okay, but the good news is now we definitely have ways of building up our land base. Because we have Beanstalk Giant here. We have a Bushwhack. Thalia is great for any part if our opponent's going to try to throw anything out at us. Eartha Joe's coming. Okay. Making their mercenary. So. Gain some life. Okay, so what do we do here? Should we put down... I think we put down Thalia first. That at least provides us with a solid blocker for quite a while. Hopefully that should be enough while we bide our time. Oh man, I would love to go off with this Crater Hoof. We'll see if we can get there though. It's quite a ways away though. We need more lands. Whew. Okay. Opponent's got 6 cards in hand. They got a decent amount of mana. Okay. Interesting. They're pumping up with Basilica, Skull Bomb. They make it a flyer. Okay. Well. They could definitely fly over us, which is a little awkward, but that's okay. Down to 21. We have plenty of ways of gaining life, so that's not a worry for us. Okay. Come on. What do you got, opponent? Anything else? Nothing. Okay. So with that, time for the Necrobloom. Coming in. Play a forest. Make plants. Okay. This is actually where we could take out Eartha Joe. So fight her. Death Touch gets her out of the way. So she has to be cast a little bit later on. We will then swing here. We sacrifice a plant. Draw a card. Okay. Well, that was sweet. Okay. Take out the mercenary. Down to 23. Fortified village. Coming in untapped. Make another plant. All right. I love this deck. So, as you can kind of see here, now you can kind of get a real good view of... Okay. Before they just wrathed everything. Basically, what I was going to say was, so, with Necrobloom out, when you keep making a bunch of plants, and with Thalia out, you can basically get card draw for basically nothing there, because all those plants get sacrificed to Thalia. You can draw cards, play more land drops, get more plants back, and it's actually a pretty cute little combo. Alright, Necrobloom again. Sedri Shelter. Make a plant. Also, one of the good things about this deck is you can keep rebuilding fairly easily, even when your opponent tries to do some shenanigans, such as High Noon here. We're going to find a way to still get around this. We have to. Okay, come on, opponent. What do you got? Still got 6 cards in hand. Earth of Joe can come down, but that's all that can be played. Do you have another answer, opponent? Also, I forgot, the good news is we can bring back with Timeless Witness Thalia anyway, so that's actually pretty sweet for us. Opponent is thinking. Opponent? Thinking real hard about this one. Earth of Joe. Coming down. Making it the mercenary. That's cute. So with that, let's play Beanstalk Giant. We need to make another land drop. So with that, let's get out of the snow-covered forest. Like a zombie. The zombies are coming, but we'll be able to make enough to get around our opponent here. Opponents, you've still got quite the hand in hand. What could you possibly have that's going to take so long to make your... No, seriously. I'm not saying people need to rush their turns, but I mean, you can only play one card, so I'm not sure what else they're trying to wait for. But in any case, Promising Veins. Sack that now. At the very least, we could do our abilities still, so that's actually kind of nice for our deck. So with that, let's get out... Get up Plains. Make another zombie. Okay, come on, deck. We'll play Fair Basilica also. We're going to sacrifice that. Draw a card. You'll see why, because we got Ramanop Excavator. Dredge. Mill. Oh, that would have been nice to get the ossification. Dang. That's fine. It's fine, everybody. Alright, we'll just draw. Explore. Okay, that's not bad. Make another zombie. Play Ramanop Excavator. It's tempting to put down that Crater Hoof now. We're going to wait. No attacks. Okay. Ignite the Beacon. Number 2 Planeswalker cards. Okay, they're looking for Planeswalkers. Interesting. The opponent is about to alert the Horde like Left 4 Dead 2. Oh, man. Let me tell you about Left 4 Dead 2. Man, I love that game, but I haven't played it in years. It's a really fun zombie game, but I just wish they made a Left 4 Dead 3. Oh, man. Although, of course, the joke I realize is, for some reason, Valve cannot count past the number 2. I mean, you look at all their great games, Half-Life 2, Left 4 Dead 2, you have Team Fortress 2. Yeah, they... Was it Portal 2 also? For some reason, they just can't get past the number 2. Very peculiar of them. I'm not sure why. Go figure. Any case. Okay, so our opponent here is playing the Eternal Wanderer. Okay. I guess they want to... They're going to make us sacrifice the whole board? Okay. Well, we'll have to take our commander back again. It's fine, though. It's fine. I'm not mad. Opponent's going to try to do their shenanigans with the Eternal Wanderer. Okay, so here's how we do this. Necrobloom again. Arid Archway. do get, at least we get now back one of our forests, so that's fine. No attacks yet. Oh, I know. Don't even get me started on that. Den Splendid. Team Fortress 2, 8 years, no updates. They kind of just gave up. Like, they did the hats thing. I actually remember the game way before even hats, when they just had those basic updates. Once hats kind of came in, that's when everything kind of just fell apart. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a fun game, but pretty much everybody kind of moved on. I mean, there was also other games too. Like, I know people like playing things like Overwatch and whatnot, but just... Okay, our opponent here is being very annoying with their deck. They're just blinking everything out. We can't do much, unfortunately, against any of this, but we're going to try. I'm not sure how we can get around all this, though. As long as they have High Noon up, we're kind of stuck in an awkward spot. Realm Breaker. Okay. Okay, Haunted Mire. So with that, I don't even know what to do here. Because until we can get rid of that Eternal Wanderer... Oh, wait, hold on. I think we can get around this. Timeless Witness. Okay, so the game plan right now. Timeless Witness. We will get back Ossification. We can then put that on the Eternal Wanderer to get her out of the way, and then we can do our thing. Snow Covered Forest. Pass. Okay. All we gotta do is just do our thing here. Okay, so they will Realm Breaker. We get milled. Okay. They're going to try to take our lands. Very annoying. More milling. There goes more lands, unfortunately. Man. High Noon is actually doing a little bit more work than I expected it to do. Okay. Opponent. What do you got, opponent? Are you going to blink us again? Chandra. Okay.
Anyone who stands in my way is getting sizzled.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just thinking right now. Is there any way we can get around all this? Okay, so our opponent right here is now going to put a clock on us with Chandra Awakened Inferno. Some way, somehow. We're still going to keep trying, everybody. We'll try to see, can we get around this? You know, my favorite video game is Borderlands 2. Love that game still. Oh, yeah. I remember doing that one, but I never played 3. I played the other ones. I played the pre-sequel 1 and 2. 1 is still great. 2 actually wasn't too bad. I never played 3, though. Have you actually played 3? Okay, opponent bring him back with the Joe again. Make another token. Our turn. We get pinged. Okay. So. Ossification. Target our planes. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have any removal right now. So we get rid of...
Others need my help.
One annoying pesky creature. Alright. And then we can pass the turn. Okay, we need right now one of our spot removals. We need anything that can get rid of High Noon. If we can get rid of High Noon, then we're back in this fight. But we need to find a way around this. If our opponent mills out High Noon, I'm sorry, if they can get rid of, if they can mill our key piece, we might actually pull that off. Okay, so they exiled our whole graveyard, which is awkward. Oh, Terror Thunder is there. Okay. I kind of want now our opponent to actually swing at us, and then we can actually use Terror Thunder to get rid of High Noon. That's all we need to do. We can do that. We can get back into this battle. Opponent's ticking up again.
Is it just me, or is it getting a little warm in here?
Okay, come on, opponent. Koth. So our opponent, I guess, is just a Super Friends deck with a lot of oppressive cards. Joy. Okay, so with that, we will take out the mercenary. Down to 20. So from here, Timeless Witness will come back. They will take up to get a mountain. Whew. 3. Great gameplay. Story kind of meh. DLCs are good. Okay. Good to note. Maybe someday I'll get around to actually playing 3. That's on my to-do list. Okay, our turn. We're going to get pinged here twice. Ouch. Ping, ping. Yep. There we go. Okay, well, Pharaoh is also a good option here, too. That actually might help us out even more. So, I think we're going to have to do it this way. So, with that, exile. We're unfortunately going to have to get rid of our spelunking, but that's a small price to pay for everything we're going to do. So, with that, all right, opponent. Unless you have some way of protecting yourself, this should hopefully get us back into this fight. Maybe, hopefully. We can't get rid of the Planeswalkers just yet. They're thinking, though. They sacrifice their High Noon. Okay, that's fine. 5 damage to us. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Phew. Okay, so we can at least cast stuff again.
If you can.
Draw a card. No land. Okay. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to find a way around this, everybody. We're going to try. We can't give up just yet.
Oh, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
But our opponent has 3 Planeswalkers, so this is going to get a little tricky to get around. But we'll try. Just a little bit longer. We keep digging for lands. All right, mountain. Opponent. Oh, okay. So that protects their Planeswalker, which is annoying. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to get pinged here again for 3 more. Not too good right now, everybody, but we're going to try. While this is going on... Okay, Scoot Swarm. That is cute, but we don't have any more lands that we're actually able to get right now. So this is not the best card right now, Scoot Swarm. Otherwise, I think the question I was going to ask everybody, since we're kind of just trying to figure out if we can get around this, is... Okay, our opponent's going to proliferate. So, is there anything you would like to see from Bloomburrow coming out? We actually now have a light taste of what's to come, but what are you hoping to see with the set mechanics? Is there any mechanic you like? Anything that you want to see from any of the creature types? Is there anything that might interest you overall? And our opponent here is just going to keep blinking stuff out of the way.
Coming with me.
So, I think this might be over here, everybody. We have 1 turn to turn things around, and if we can't get something to protect ourselves, because Eternal Warrior here just... it's just going to keep hitting us here. Oh, wait, I forgot. We're just burned out right here. Yep, we lost. Okay. Well, that was agonizingly painful. But it's okay, everybody. It's okay. We're going to try again. We have to get at least 1 good legitimate win with this deck. I remember in testing, the deck does great, but for some reason, as always, every time we stream, we just, man, we always get really bad matchups. But it's okay. I mean, again, you can't always expect every single deck out there to get wins for you. Sometimes you just run bad, and some days you run really great. But it really just, I guess, maybe today is not one of those days. Either way, also let me know, how are you feeling about the deck overall? We'll definitely, again, do near the end of the stream a wrap-up of the deck just to kind of give you an idea of, again, like, you know, the good, the bad, upgrades as always. And again, for those of you that stick around this late into the stream, don't worry. As always, I'll talk about the stuff. For those of you who are my true fiery friends, you'll get to see a sneak peek of what's to come for future content. So with that, okay, so let's see what we got. We definitely got a lot of lands, so that's great for us. But let's see if we can try to maybe get to that Primeval Titan. We can get to Primeval Titan, we'll be set. Okay. We'll definitely keep this. Okay. Okay. Dark Moss Bridge. Tapped. Cool. What's our opponent playing? They're playing Ojer Palpakit. I cannot pronounce this. Anyways, you get the idea. It's one of the gods from over in Ixalan, was it? Yes. I actually haven't seen anybody play this, so this will be interesting. So with that, I guess we'll play... Hold on. Goldmire Bridge. Okay. I'm actually hoping that Duskmourn House of Horror will be available for MTG. I like the flavor of the set. Oh, well, you shouldn't worry too much about that one. Den and Splendid. I did see, like, it is a standard set, so it is going to be for sure on Arena. And don't worry, we'll definitely be streaming and checking out that set. I'm kind of intrigued. I'm honestly not really a fan of horror, but the set looks interesting enough where I think I might be interested in checking out what might be coming with that setup. So don't worry, it is definitely going to be coming to Arena, so I'm sure you'll be very excited to see what's to come with that. So with that, Haven of Harvest, make an insect. Okay, well, we can definitely start making insects at least with this, so we have an option here. Okay, so let me check this card out real quick. I haven't seen this. Okay, so it's a flying 4/3. Whenever you cast an instant spell from your hand, it gets rebound. And it flips into the land. And then time counters. Interesting. So, I'm guessing our opponent's going to try to bounce a bunch of stuff to kind of mess with us. I'm not sure. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, take another. And then with that, I guess we'll put down Felidar Retreat. No attacks yet. So at least with Felidar Retreat, we can start pumping up our whole team, which is great. I'm wondering if our opponent has counter spells, though. That's the one thing. And they have card draw. I mean, they're mono blue, so we'll see. Whew. Okay. Hopefully, this will be the match. We can feel it. We can get around our opponent here, and we can outdo them. They're mono blue, so expect a lot of bounce spells shenanigans, but I'm hoping we can find a way around this. That Oracle the Alpha, however, is a disgustingly broken little card because it just conjures up the power 9, which is... Oh, that's super scary. But, Zero Snare. Okay. As I figured, they have some bounce stuff. But that's okay. That's fine. Smokeheart Forest. Alright, well, here come the insects, and here come the plants. Do you block opponents? They do. Interesting. Okay. So they're probably going to want that. They're going to use that maybe later on for something else to get it flying, but we'll see. Is that going to be enough for them? They don't have that many lands. Mox Emerald. Okay, so this is where the shenanigans come in, everybody. Aether Flux Reservoir. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. They will scry again. So we need to start getting ahead of our opponent here. Ooh. Hellish Norn. Okay. This is going to be kind of gnarly for our opponent here. So with that... we go off with this. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Big swing here. 19. We may not even need Primeval Titan, but we'll see. Hellish Norn is a clock. Very powerful clock on our opponent. Also, I'm hoping right now we can get Felidar Retreat down. We can then do some shenanigans. Okay. So I see our opponent is going to do Displacer Kitten. But that may not do that much to them. Because Hellish Norn does kind of lock down our opponent. And there you have it, everybody. Our opponent didn't want to deal with that. Woo! Not bad. It wasn't anything super spectacular, but you saw right there, with Hellish Norn down, it just basically locks your opponent out, so they can't do their bounce shenanigans to get more copies of these free spells. So, alright, we shut down our opponent's game plan. Nice. Very nice. I'll take that win. Alright. Get another free daily done, and we'll continue on. Okay, so... I was going to ask real quick. What was the question I was going to ask real quick? So, oh, that's right. That's right. So the question also I want to ask is, with the sets that we've seen bits and pieces of, I know people have been talking back and forth that Dusk of Warren might be a little bit more better than Bloomburrow, but I don't know. I think Bloomburrow actually is going to be pretty awesome. I think both sets will actually be pretty great for the game, but I know some people have been having a little bit of an argument that Duskmourn kind of takes people out of the fantasy element of Magic. And to me, it's not that bad. I mean, let's be real. We've had some really awesome sets recently. I know some of them have been kind of duds, like Markov Manor, Karlov Manor. I don't even know what it's called anymore. Basically, the mystery detective set didn't resonate too well with everybody. I was, however, really hyped on Thunder Junction. There's still a bunch of cards in there I haven't played with yet, so I'm actually really happy with that. But what are we feeling about the remaining sets that are coming out later this year for the game? What are your thoughts on that? I haven't also had a chance to check, because I might do a video on it later on about Foundations. How are we feeling about Foundations coming to the game to kind of bolster the whole standard format for years to come? It basically sounds like a super extended core set. So I would like to hear your thoughts on that if you're interested in chatting about it. But otherwise, going back to our game right now, we have Command Tower, which is sweet. We have some tap lands, which is okay, but we also have a Boreal Grazer, which is fine to get them around our shenanigans. So put down Command Tower, a Boreal Grazer. Alright, we'll put down the Blossoming Sands. Gain some life. Okay, so at least now we're slightly ahead on what we need. Our opponent is playing Azeka, which is going to be a little broken, but that's okay. We have ways of getting around this. Okay. No attacks. Okay, so with that, Scoot Sword can come out, and hopefully we can start doing our thing. Okay, another tap land for opponents. That's fine. Field of Ruin. Okay, that's not bad. And then Kalani Garden. Plant. Pick an insect. No attacks yet. Opponent. Bajuka Bog. Okay. So. Can we bring in the Necrobloom now? Okay, we can. Great. Okay. Here come the insects. Here come the plants. Do a little swing here. Down to 23. Okay. Not doing too bad right now. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. Always assume they have a Wrath. It's okay. So, with that, we will play Timeless Witness. We will get back Scoot Swarm. We will play Snow-Covered Forest, and we'll pass. Okay, so I hope they improve the wildcard economy. Yes, I will agree. I would love for them to improve the wildcard economy, especially because it's getting stupidly expensive. But I don't know. Wizards doesn't seem like they really care about fixing the economy of Arena, and that kind of worries me a little bit. I would love to see a little bit more attention to it, but they don't really care that much, and I know that they're not really obligated to do much more with it. Jukabog coming down. Here come the zombies. So we'll exile one whole card from the graveyard, just one. And then we'll swing here with Timeless Witness. What foundation? Okay, oh, so Suki, yeah, you were unaware. So they announced that in November we will be getting what is called MTG Foundations. I don't know how that's going to affect Arena, but as far as I know, MTG Foundations is kind of just, think of it like the old days, if you remember, like core sets, where all they're trying to do is they're just basically trying to put together a bunch of what they consider core cards that a standard set can use in the future. Apparently it's supposed to be valid for 5 years, that's a long time to keep cards in there. But again, they're talking about putting together some of the most essential cards that I would guess that decks out there are looking to get. That's mostly what it comes down to. More details apparently are going to be coming. I just don't know how that's going to look. So with that, another set. Necrobloom attacking. All right. Down to 17. take out
You are a mighty warrior.
stuff.
I can see.
Okay. But yeah, the whole idea, again, is just to help put together a foundation, I guess, for new players to make it easier to put stuff together. Again, I don't know how that's going to look. But I'm interested to see where it goes. So I'm going to hold off my expectations until later. They had a Doomscar, so that's also why you notice I didn't play the Scoot Swarm. I expected this to happen. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Put back our commander. Okay, so Felidar Retreat. Okay, well, that's not bad. Scoot Swarm. Felidar Retreat. Pit of Offerings. We're not giving up, opponent. We still can keep making insects and bugs. And then Doomscar, Narset. Okay, and I guess we'll get rid of the Arboreal Razor. Okay. That at least now fixes some of our stuff. Huge wave of zombies are approaching. Yes. I'm feeling it. The zombies cannot be beat. Come on, deck. Midnight Clock. Another dirty little card. That's okay. That's okay. We can get around it, everybody. Maelstrom Pulse. Really? They played Maelstrom Pulse? Really? It's fine. Okay. Oracle of Moldai is not the worst either. So. Swing. Our opponent still has a clock. So, the way I'm seeing this right now is... Okay. I think... Okay, so they got the Prismatic Bridge in now. So, we need to use our Terra Sunder to get rid of Azeka in a legendary enchantment form ASAP. So, with that... We then get rid of her. We can't allow that to go off too fast. So that's going to bounce them back. So that gives us time. Okay, draw a card. Festering Gulch. Oracle of Moldaya. Alright, put tokens on things. Ping them for 1. Okay. Come on, opponent. Oh man, we're so close. We're so close right here, everybody. MTG Hillbilly, howdy. Thanks for joining us. I saw you were streaming earlier. I couldn't get a chance to say what's up or anything, only just because I was kind of preparing my stream. But I did see you earlier. Hopefully, again, you're having a good day. Ancient Green Warden. Okay. Well, does our opponent have anything to stop us here? Did we win? Did we win? Of course we didn't. Why am I not surprised? So with that, here's how we do this. Okay, so Field of Ruin. Take out... What do we take out here? I guess the Deserted Beach. So I'm just trying to make another token here. And then Snow-Covered Plains. Come on, deck. So we make at least another token there. We will get... Wow, we get at least another bunch of lands out of this, so that's fine. That's fine. 4. Back to the command zone. And then Ancient Green Warden coming down. Put that into play. Okay. We're still not out. We can still beat our opponent down next turn. I don't know how many more rounds they have. Nico Bolus. Disgusting. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you're having a great day, MGB Hillbilly. Okay. I actually got into Arena. There are new beginner decks focused on newest sets. Oh yeah. I forgot that rotation's finally coming now for Standard, so they definitely have some more options now coming up for everybody. Which is kind of nice. Druid class. Okay. This might be interesting. So, how do we do this? How do we get out of this? Okay, I'm trying to figure this out, everybody. I think we have a way of getting around this. So, Timeless Witness. Eternalize it. What do we bring back? I think Felidar Retreat coming back. Felidar Retreat. Do you have an answer, opponents? Wow, they have the negates. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, not angry. So with that, I don't even know what we do right here. Okay. We've worn down our opponent quite a bit. Nico Bolas has to go bye-bye. And then Druid class. Okay. They have 3 cards in hand. Can we still find a way to win? Our opponent has to blow up our tokens here if they have any shot of beating us. Oh, Suki asks, what do you work as, Inferno? Like, what is my current job? Well, actually, I remember I talked about this, oddly enough, years and years ago on streams way, way back before anybody was actually watching my stuff. But honestly, I work at a, how do I put this? I guess I'll just say, yeah, I work at a theme park, and let's just say, that's mostly all I can say right now. Is like, I work at a theme park with all kinds of interesting things. I have many stories that could probably take up a whole stream on its own, but that's something I might actually share maybe for a future stream. Something that I actually kind of want to share a little bit later on. But yeah, basically it's a theme park. That's mostly what I'm doing. Okay. Sorry. Also, I'm trying to see if I can beat my opponent here. So, can we do this here? Can we beat them? Okay, so we had to turn on a land. What land do we turn on? I guess we'll get the forest here. Okay, it's a 14-14. And then, did we get there? Did we get there? Oh my goodness. I think we beat him. Did we get there? You're a student in 3rd course. Okay. Oh my goodness, we actually got him. Yes! Woo! Wow. I did not think I was going to be able to pull off a win there. Our opponent wore us down so much, but as you can see, this is exactly why I like playing these Moto lands. You saw right there, we gave it just enough power. We managed to force the damage through against everything our opponent threw at us. What is it? We went through 1, 2, 3 rats, planeswalkers, and we still got the win. That was beautiful. That was nice. Love to see that one. So, yes. Okay. Sorry. Alright, we're going to try a couple more matches. And we're going to be wrapping up the stream probably in the next like 10-15 minutes, everybody. So just giving everybody a heads up as to how much time we got left. As Noah's, again, I would love to, again, stick around with all of y'all a bit more. But again, I got to take care of other things. Life happens. And again, I just got to do, other grown-up stuff. But in any case, I appreciate all of you that are still hanging out with me. If you want to continue having fun together, don't worry. There's definitely, of course, places we can check each other out. As always, I mentioned earlier, we have the Discord. You can all join us there if you want to hang out, have some fun, share some of your greatest decks. Maybe just, again, meme around, whatever you want to do. There's definitely a lot to talk about in the world of Magic. Or if you just want to hang out and just have some fun, I'll be happy to see all of you there. But we're almost there. So we're going to see if we can get at least a couple more wins. And then we can wrap this up. Okay. And then, so Den and Splendid, your 3rd year university? That's cool. What exactly are you studying? I would love to hear. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yes, that was indeed a really awesome win at GG Heroic. I was happy with that one. So yeah, did everyone see the Bloomburrow cards today? If you did, what did you think? We talked about it a little bit earlier, MTG Hillbilly. There was just so many cards to go through. I know day 1 is usually always overloaded, so it's going to take me a little time to kind of unpackage everything. So I'm definitely going to want to say, I'm probably going to talk a little bit more when I have time in the Discord. But I mentioned a couple of key cards at the beginning of the stream that I kind of want to be interested in checking out. That definitely, I think, will make really awesome cards and fun decks for the upcoming couple months that we're definitely going to be playing quite a few creature decks. If you guys don't know, I actually am really big on playing creature-focused decks, tribal, if you will, or I know Kindred, I guess, is the name of the style at this point, but you get the idea. It's basically, I really do enjoy playing a lot of creature-focused decks, so I'm definitely... That's where my hype is for the set. So hopefully we'll get a chance to check out some really fun stuff coming up. Okay, I forgot to... What is their opponent playing? I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, they're playing Rulik Mons. They're playing the Goblin. They're making a bunch of tokens. And they have Impact Tremors. Okay, so I guess our opponent is gonna try to burn us out with a bunch of Goblin tokens? With this... That's kind of cool. I kind of like what they're trying to do here. But we'll see if we can actually outrace our opponent versus us. So with that, Necrobloom coming down. Time to make some plants and zombies, everybody. Here we go. Gain some life, make a plant, pass the turn. Okay. Well, at least if they can't get rid of our little insect here, we can keep gaining life to stabilize versus their impact tremors. So it kind of puts us in a nice spot. Okay. Their goblins coming down. They're starting to ping us. That's okay. I think we can still outrace them. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Okay, so Splendid, you're an IT specialist. That's cool. Like, do you enjoy doing the job? Is it something that, you know, you could see yourself doing for a while? Is this more something that maybe you're just doing just to take care of the bills? Okay, wait, what did our opponent take care of? Oh, they took care of our actual plant. That's okay. That's fine. We can still get around this. We have Malika Rebirth. Make another plant. And pass the turn. Okay, so game plan right now. I think we can get down Primeval Titan, and we should be able to beat down our opponent with Prime Time. I think that's going to be our best option here. Ooh, Franco Mob Boss. Well, the good news is, thanks to Thalia, they all come into play tapped, so that does shut down our opponent's shenanigans, at least for a little while. So that's good for us. Felidar Retreat. Okay, that's great for us for the future. Primeval Titan's coming down, so it's prime time, everybody. Let's get some lands. We can start making a bunch of stuff here. So, Arid Archway. And, okay, what do we get here? Because they come into play tapped. So, I guess we'll just get stuff that helps us kind of stabilize here. Or at least fixes our stuff. Okay, we need to bounce something back. So, with that, we will bounce back planes. Put down the planes. Okay, the zombies are coming now. So, with that... we will... Actually, no attacks yet. Not yet. So I think with Felidar Retreat, we can then start doing our thing. Hopefully, we should be able to beat down our opponent here. They're down to 2 cards. We have 3. We have definitely ways of getting more lands if we need to. Our opponent, however, is going to start going off with tokens real quick here. So this is going to be a little scary. It's a bit complicated considering the current situation in my country. Oh yeah, yes. And hopefully everything goes well for you out there. Hopefully, again, you're being safe with where you're at. So, take care of yourself out there. Be safe as much as you can, Splendid. We hopefully, again, things will hopefully calm down sometime in the future. Hoping for you that all works out. Okay. Okay. Suki, I'm in my first year of electrical construction. I'm basically in training to become an electrician in college. Okay. We definitely can, of course, use more people that really do their thing when it comes to some of our professions out there. Okay, so here's how we do this. Prime Time's got to swing. Okay, we need to get life at this point. So, life gain. And, okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to stabilize here. We're going to try. Wait, is there any more life lands we have? We don't have anything left. Okay, so that's fine. So in that case, then, I guess... get another token? Okay. Pump up the team. Pump up the team. Nice. Okay. Oh, actually, we probably could have swung there. Down to 15. If our opponent burns us out here, I mean, that's going to stink, which is unfortunate. But, I mean, we tried. So, not too bad, opponents. I'll give them that. They burned us out, well, unfortunately, so we just couldn't keep pace, but that's fine. You can at least see that our deck was doing its thing, But our opponent just managed to get us out with Cranko and Impact Tremors. I never realized I probably should have done that combo at some point in my own deck, but it's fine. Okay, looking at the clock right now, we're going to try one more match. Win or lose. This is it, everybody. Can we get one more win with our deck? I'm hoping we'll get one more today, and then we'll again do a wrap-up. We'll then talk about, again, upgrades for the deck if you do like the deck. And again, we'll finish it off with what's to come in the future. Okay. Let's see. Splendid. My channel currently has 78 subs. Okay. Well, don't worry. I will definitely, of course, subscribe myself just to give you a little bit of extra support. Don't worry. I'll be happy to help you out there. But I will definitely say, from my personal advice doing this now for a couple of years, just hang in there. It's going to take time. If you are interested, of course, in building a channel, only just because it can be a little daunting at times, but with perseverance, you too can also pull off some stuff. D-Hammer. Okay, welcome, D-Hammer. I haven't heard from you today, but welcome for joining us. Okay, put down a forest. We'll put down Insidious Roots. Okay, and then let's see. Our opponent is playing Jetmir, so I guess they're going to try to go super wide against us. We'll see if they can actually outrace our token deck. All right. Okay. Take care, Suki. We'll see you next time. Have fun. Hopefully we'll get you again in the next future stream. See, you mean get people to recognize that working in the trades is not only honorable, we're also big freaking bucks. Master Electrician makes big bank. Yes. A lot of our trades are highly underrated for what they do. And I do appreciate everybody that actually goes into trades just because it is definitely a lot of hard work, but you can definitely get very good money, very well taken care of job. And it's actually something that's essential for everybody out there. It's something that a lot of people sometimes forget that, you know, we as human beings, we need people that actually can do these things. Okay, gain some life. Okay, opponent. So, can they go off? It's going to be a while before they do their thing. But yes, definitely I have massive respect for those that can do trades. You know, everything from plumbing, electricians, construction, all that stuff that really we as people need in order for our societies to actually function. That's a big deal. Chef at Dunes. Okay, gain some life. The land doesn't really matter right now. No attacks. Okay, so we need to get down the Necrobloom now. So hopefully, again, we can just start going off with this. We have Parallel Lives, which is actually really sweet for us. That's actually great. Oh, they got Doubling Season. Okay. I was going to try to start going off too. But we need to get the ball rolling first. So with that, Plains. Gain some life. We will, I guess, just make land there. Doesn't really matter too much for us. Okay, so all we have to do is we need to find a way for Nissa to go off. Maybe we can get one more land, but we also have Witch Enchanter, so we're going to need this right now to take out that Doubling Season. We cannot afford for our opponent to actually make their own tokens faster than we can. So we got to find a way to stop them. You did help in construction back in 2016, 2017. Okay, that's cool. Major respect for you for that. Construction is definitely not for everybody. I will also say that. It's definitely a tough thing to do. And sometimes it can be a little hazardous depending on, you know, people out there and stuff. All right. Opponent. Opponent swinging. All right. We take a hit from Jetmir. They make a treasure token. They were actually going to have to make two because of Doubling Season. But this is exactly why we need to take out Doubling Season ASAP with Witch Enchanter. Okay, opponent. You got two more cards in hand. Chromatic Lantern. Alright. So they fix their mana. Scoot Swarm. Tempting. But Witch Enchanter. Okay. This coming down means we blow up Doubling Season, and we should be fine to at least slow them down for now. Opponent. Resolute Reinforcements. Okay. They're trying to make some more tokens. Take out Doubling Season. No attacks. Okay, so with that, we need to make more tokens ASAP. Johnny.
Where shall we hunt today?
Okay, I see what they're doing here. That is gnarly, opponents. They actually managed to go off against us. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get through this because they're all double striking and they're going super wide here. So I think this might be it for us, everybody. Well, that's unfortunate. But I mean, it is what it is. So I don't even know how to block here. I guess we're just going to have to block everything, but it's not going to really make a difference because our opponent's also got double strike and trample on everything. Oh boy. Well. Okay, we're down to 4. We lose our whole board. And they swing again because they have trample. Man. So close. I remember being stuck in Metro for 4 hours during missile attack. That was atrocious. Well, that sounds really scary. But I'm glad, again, you're okay and safe. So that's what matters is hopefully at least you haven't been too affected by anybody else that's been part of this. Again, I'm glad at least you're okay. So that's at least if nothing else. All right. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get a win off of that last one. Our opponent went way wider and faster than I thought they did. We just couldn't beat them there. But I mean, that's what happens sometimes when it comes to our stuff. But in any case, we're going to wrap it up now, everybody, because I'm looking at the clock and I definitely have to take care of some other things. But before we go, we got to do it proper. So this is basically it, everybody. That was our Plants vs. Zombies deck. So you tell me in the comments below, or at least here on the stream, what do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? I'm actually really happy with how the deck handles itself, but for some reason, we just couldn't get the wins in that I was hoping this deck was going to do. We actually do have quite a few powerful cards that do quite a bit for us, but the biggest issue is, for some reason, we just couldn't string things together. We managed to get at least a couple of wins, so it's not bad. But it's just, you can definitely feel that when you have a budget deck, there are going to be obviously limitations no matter what you do. Now, having said that, there's definitely a lot of ways you can upgrade the deck and do a lot more fun things with it, but it's just going to take a couple of minor tweaks. So I won't go over every single upgrade for you, but again, what I'm going to talk about is going to be the recommendations that I would give for you based upon how we played the deck today. So depending on how you want to do it, if you care more about protecting your stuff, you can do things like Giver of Runes. If you need more ramp, you have cards like Land Tax here. Those will be a little bit more helpful for you. If you want to slow down your opponent, you can also use cards like Authority of the Consuls, so that way it gives yourself time to build up your things. If you want to get more tokens and go super crazy, cards like Ocelot Pride are amazing for you. These would be really great options for you. If you need a little bit more of removal, you have Source of Plowshares as an option here. Depending again on what you want out of your deck, if you just want to get more tokens and stuff, you definitely can then probably go more token strategy. Cards that will help you kind of pump up your team if you care more about team pumping will be cards like Flowering of the White Tree. That's great too. If you need to tax your opponent a bit more, Grand Abolisher is also a solid option for you. If you are looking for more on the side of just pseudo rampant stuff, cards like Loyal Warhound can get you a little bit more out of things. You have Skrell's Hive to give you also more tokens if you want to just care more about that. If you're looking at, again, more taxing options, Thaliel can slow down your opponent here. If you're looking also at just trying to maybe, again, put more stuff out there, or at least kind of mess with your opponents disruption-wise while you do your game plan, Aven Interrupter, Archon of Emeria are also really solid options for you. In terms of anything else that really kind of helps, you mostly just want to find ways of building up tokens. So things like Halo Fountain, which also can give you a bit of a you win the game option for you if you care about more about that. If you're looking at doing a little bit more on the side of, say, protection, or at least just making sure that, again, your opponent doesn't do too many things, cards like Solemnity here, or cards like, I'm trying to think right now, 9 Lives. If you can pull off that combo, it actually works really, really well for you. If you're looking more for other colors that can do other things, if you want to, you can also focus more on the zombie side if you care about that with Necrobloom. That's also going to be something too. You've got plenty of cards for that, like Crypt Breaker, Champion of the Parish, Dread Wanderer. You can put in cards like Dark Ritual here. If you care about maybe, say, more of like pumping up stuff, you have Kellen here. Well, not Kellen, maybe. What was I going to say? Shalai here is also really awesome for you because you need to put +1/+1 counters on all your creatures. It gives everything hexproof, which is great too. Yeah, there's tons of options for you for this kind of style of deck, but it really, again, that depends on, do you care more about, again, the zombie game plan here, or do you care more about, again, just getting a bunch of landfall triggers? I personally would say if you wanted to build this more, maybe more towards, I would say just focus on the landfall triggers and the tokens. That's mostly, again, what you just want to focus on just to get more out of the deck. Cards like Jadar here, Dreadhorde Invasion are all great to get you more tokens. ways of kind of taking advantage of all those tokens, like cards with Priest of the Forgotten Gods can be great for you. You have also additional cards that can help you kind of slowly build up some other stuff here. Waste Nots if you want to go more discard here. Yeah, if you care more about wrathing the board while you just kind of rebuild everything with tokens, you have a lot of other card options for that too. Kind of, again, just really depends on what you want. Black Market Connections also really a really solid card for you. I'd recommend to get you a bunch of tokens for treasures, a bunch of shapeshifters. You can draw some cards. Whew, yeah, I can definitely go on all day with this stuff. But again, there are cards that can help you out. Path of Peril, if you want a little bit of a more flexible wrath option for you. If you're looking at, again, more other things that can help you kind of build up things or kind of force your opponent's hand. You also have cards that have Sedgemoor Witch here. Really great option for you to, again, make a bunch of tokens. And also some life gain if you want to sacrifice those little pests. If you're looking more towards, say, green's mostly going to be just helping you with ramp. You can also use cards like Grist here. I think that would be really solid for anybody out there. Delighted Halfling is an okay actual mana dork. I know some people like it, mostly just to make your actual commander uncounterable, if that's what you mostly care about. You also can look at, again, other different types of options for you to kind of bring stuff back. You also have Ranger's class here, which can be a cute little card to help kind of create a token, pump up some stuff. Cards to reuse, of course, would be cards like Mosswood Dread Knight here. Scavenging Ooze can be also a nice little graveyard hate for you that can also pump itself up and gain you some extra life. If you want to, you can go with Chatterfang. If you care more about, again, some of the actual like building of tokens. But again, I actually would hold off on Chatterfang, maybe for a future deck that maybe we might talk about when Bloomburrow becomes more of a thing. So consider those as options for you. Some more better ramped options would be cards like Flare of Cultivation here. Can be okay, depending on what you're trying to do. Endurance here is also solid too, if you want that for a more of a free option. If you want to, when it comes to dealing with artifacts and enchantment hate. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out what else we could do here. Old Growth Troll here, also good for you for more ramp. If you're looking at, again, more stuff that can actually do things that you want them to do. You also can use cards like Six, also nice, helps you with land shenanigans and whatnot. Tireless Tracker, again, if you care more about like clue tokens and you want to draw cards with that. There's really a ton of different things you can do with this deck that I actually would think no matter which direction you get, you'll definitely get your value out of it overall. But I mean, I can go on all day with this stuff. The whole point I'm trying to make, though, is you definitely have plenty of ways of just kind of pulling off shenanigans here, like cards like Splendid Reclamation, Scape Shift. If you just want to sacrifice all your lands and just get some more shenanigans out of that, really, really good options for you. I honestly couldn't, again, just keep rambling. But you kind of get the idea. Whatever you do want to throw into it, whether you want to just do all the rare lands, whether you just want to do more key creatures, it's still pretty solid overall with it. So you actually don't have to do too much to get the most out of the deck. Now, to wrap up the stream before we are done for today, we're also going to again go over very briefly what is to come for the future. So while we played Plants vs. Zombies, I'm already working on our next Basically deck. And for those of you that are still sticking around right now, thank you so much for that. You're going to see right now, it's going to be Basically Pirates for the weekend. So I'm finishing up this video right now. This will go live on Saturday. As far as future decks that we may be talking about, we still have some stuff in progress here. We're working again on the 3-color series of Basically decks. We finished already a couple months ago the 2 colors and single color, so we're now doing 3-color. Pirates is coming up. We're still tweaking Mutate as the Sultai option. We have Energy, of course, as the Teamer option here. And we also have a couple more timeless decks that I want to focus on before we get to Bloomburrow. So hopefully we'll get through those in the coming weeks that are coming up. We have, of course, Meow Mix, which is kind of cute, but I just need some more wild cards before I can finish up truly the deck. Marvel is here. Etherworks Marvel deck. And again, another Basically deck that we've already finished, which is the Avengers one. But you'll, again, hopefully see that soon. And maybe to wrap it up, we have a Mono White Humans deck, also for Timeless. But again, that's all coming soon. Eventually, when I have more time. Whew, okay, that was a lot to go over, but I do appreciate all of you hanging in there for today. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to be wrapping it up now. I really appreciate all of you. One more time, for those of you who have been watching the whole time, or if you're catching the replay, check us out across all socials. I'll be, of course, active now in the Discord that we have. The Discord, of course, link will be in the description when I'm done with this, and that'll definitely be up. So follow us there. You can catch up on all the latest stuff there while I make all of my announcements. But with that out of the way, have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care no matter where you watch the content. And no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Have a great day, everyone. And until next time, later.